Hey, if I could just get your opinion on something, do you think this is botting? I mean, when they said no third-party software, they never mentioned anything about rotating produce. So, checkmate, JegX. Hello, Runescape Chronicles. Happy Wednesday. First of all, I've got a sore throat, so
please forgive my deeper voice for the rest of the video.
But let's not let that stop us from getting into this week's updates. A player messing with bots has managed to make hundreds of millions, even a billion coins. JegX just revealed the 6th iteration of Leagues, as well as the first blog of 2026. And there's a level of dedication so immense, it will leave even the most veteran players scratching their heads. First off, with the guy that exploited bots for massive profit. Every time the botters make a breakthrough, JegX fires back. And every time JegX fires back,
you don't need to bot to win at Runescape. No.
Botters look for another breakthrough. This is the perpetual arms race, a never-ending cycle. But what if we could make the botters' lives slightly more miserable and more inconvenient? Now, I'm no stranger to this, having spent thousands of hours investigating, busting, and messing with bots. But Reddit user OKSale2479 had the perfect idea to mess with the bots and make some profit for himself as well. And which bots to exploit other than the OGs, the green dragon bots in the Wildy. And those are the bots our protagonist decided to mess with. One thing about green dragon bots is they get banned very quickly and have some of the highest ban rates of all the bots. Because of this, most bot owners gear their accounts with dragon swords. Why the dragon sword? Because the other dragon weapons have quest requirements to use, and dragon swords are relatively cheap. And if you know a little bit about the history of the game, you'll know the Dragon Sword used to be a drop obtainable only from the Chambers of Xeric before being moved to Worms in the depths of Karulim Slayer Dungeon. And even though a lot more swords were coming into the game, they are still pretty rare and often missed by mains and Iron Men alike. OKSale2479 had a brilliant idea. If the supply of these swords was so limited and bots were constantly getting banned with them, he could buy out the supply and spike up the price. He took a massive leap of faith. Within minutes, he liquidated his entire 450 mil bank, sold everything, and bought thousands of dragon swords, 3,150 of them to be exact. He bought these swords at 115k each, hoping that his investment would pay off. But I don't think he was expecting a profit this big. Once the bots got banned, dragon swords would spike up to 500,000 gold each, making our protagonist 1.2 billion gold in profit. Not only that, but anytime a new bot wants to buy a weapon to kill dragons with, they are now forced to spend more money. Even though a 400k increase may not seem like a lot, some bot owners have large-scale operations running dozens of clients at a time, so all of a sudden that 400k increase is applied to every single account the bot owner is running. Merching dragon swords didn't only make our protagonist a billionaire, it also made the bot owners have to take on more risk running these bots, which will hopefully demotivate other players from botting. But that's the thing. Even if some players get demotivated, a lot of players will keep going, and even though it's ultimately up to JegX to clear out these bots, players have been finding creative and effective ways to mess with them, like this one. So go out there and mess with the bots. And my question to you is, what creative ways have you guys messed with the bots in the past? Let me know in the comments below. And now we've got a lot to talk about with the future of RuneScape and the new blog that was released, but first let's talk about today's game update. In this week's game update, we got the second batch of new player improvements. But first, let me take you on a trip down memory lane. When doing your first ever quests in old school, what's the first thing you did? I know for me, it was pulling up a guide. The old quests are vague and confusing, which is why these quests are all getting dialogue reworked, so players can actually have a chance to experience and learn the game's most basic of interactions. We also got brand new skill guides. Before you panic, don't worry, the old ones are still there. You can toggle the old ones and new ones in the in-game settings. They show a wide array of useful info such as the fundamentals of the skill, how to train it, as well as quests which reward experience in that specific skill. It's really quite handy even for veteran players creating new accounts. And this week, we also got some miscellaneous sailing fixes as well as the ability to store the Barracuda trial outfits in your player-owned house. And an important one a lot of you may have missed, the maintenance pool. The game is growing, server populations are higher than ever, and to maintain this growth and manage the fast evolving internet, our servers need to be upgraded and constantly maintained. But this can't all be done while players are online, which is why JegX is asking for your opinion on this topic in their in-game maintenance poll as to when the server downtime should take place. So make sure to go vote at your nearest in-game poll booth. This week, JegX went kind of crazy with the announcements. What do I mean? Well, we sneakily got the League 6 reveal during the 2026 New Game Showcase. Yep, League 6 is coming. And we'll be sure to talk more about that on Wednesday, January 28th, after the Winter Summit on the 25th. But we also got a poll blog, the first one of 2026, outlining proposed quality of life changes and additions to the game. So let's not waste any more time and go over it. Two of the community's most wanted cosmetics are being brought into the game, the Holy Molies and the Hooded Slayer helmet. The Holy Molies can be made using mole slippers and holy sandals, meaning you cannot create them with devout boots. And the Hooded Slayer helmet is a cosmetic being brought to the Slayer shop. Players who are 99 Slayer and spend 1,000 points will have the ability to combine the Slayer skill cape hood with the Slayer helmet. And there's only one model for the Hooded Slayer helmet, meaning you won't be able to get hooded versions of the colored helmets, but you can still use these helmets to make the hooded variant. And these items are purely cosmetic and don't provide any added benefits. Also, some missing Portal Nexus teleports are being added to the Portal Nexus. Elune the elf will be able to charge all types of teleport crystals. Currently, she can only charge fully drained ones, so this is a nice quality of life update. Agility shortcuts are being sped up. Quetzal whistle improvements, such as the teleport menu opening directly from the whistle and not the bird, and the ability to permanently charge the whistle are being made. A brand new river canoe system in River Doyne, hitting spots like the Tree Gnome Village, the Waterfall, and Castle Wars is being made, plus the ability to access your favorite fairy rings directly through the right-click menu. The Fight Caves minigame is being reworked to make it more engaging and interesting, and the herb sack is being expanded from being able to hold 20 of each type of herb to 100 of each type of herb. However, this upgrade won't come free, it will be an upgrade dropped from Sarachnis. So you may be thinking, isn't Sarachnis non-instance? Won't it be difficult to find a world to kill it? Well, with this change, they're also planning to bring Sarachnis instances into the game, meaning you won't have to worry about crashers. If any of these changes sound appealing, or not appealing to you, then let the old school team know, go vote on the poll. And trust me, the XP waste is worth it this time. Or if you're using a pickle to auto-click, then I guess you won't be XP wasting at all. Sailing has been out for nearly 2 months now, and so far over 43,000 accounts have achieved 99. Some of you guys may have already finished the skill on at least one character. Maybe some of you are even working on maxing out the skill on multiple characters. But what about getting 99 sailing and fully maxing out 10 accounts? Meet Freggle, a player who has been playing old school RuneScape for years. And just like a lot of players do, Freggle maxed his first ever RuneScape account, and then his second one. But you see, 2 accounts wasn't enough. He wanted to do something really unique, something nobody else probably would. Freggle loved alting and had tons of accounts set up to boost bosses and other PVM in the game. So why not take it a step further and max all 9 of his alt accounts? So he got to work. 99 farming on all 10 accounts, 99 slayer on all 10 accounts, and interestingly, 99 thieving on 10 accounts where he was actually able to anti-PK in the process. How? By avenging all of his accounts while thieving and killing anybody who dares to cast a barrage on him, making over 400 mil on his journey to 99. And he was able to finish off his last skill, agility, on all accounts, meaning all 10 of his accounts now own max capes. That was until the release of Sailing 2 days later. Sailing came out and he would have to do it all over again. But let's be real, if Freggle didn't let the first 23 skills get in his way, he wasn't going to let Sailing get in his way either. On January 8th, Freggle remaxed all 10 of his accounts, which is truly impressive. I think he may have maxed the most accounts out of any player in the entire game. But if I'm wrong, then please correct me in the comments. Thanks for bearing with me with my sore throat and everything. But that's a wrap for episode 550 of RuneScape Chronicles. Thanks for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and see you next Wednesday with another episode. See you then.